Good evening, Kindred. I am Teranz, and welcome back to more Vampire the Masquerade Shadows of New York. Last time what did we do last time? We fed off of a kiss addict who may or may not have made an appearance in the last game. Then we talked to Kadir about the list of names that we found, who may or may not have been kindred options to form a coterie with in coteries of New York. And then we dug around the chantry to see if we could find any signs of oh my god, what's his name? Agathon. Which we found a journal and now we're reading through it. The diary conjures an image of a completely different place. I instantly get a feeling of deja vu. I process the space differently. The atmosphere is different, more familiar, homely. But this is unmistakably the Tremere Chantry I visited earlier tonight. And standing there is just the person I expect. Looks like that's it for my meeting with Callahan. God damn it. But what if the person he was talking about and eliciting a strong emotional reaction from was Aisling? The diary awaits my next command. Hi, Regent. Why? Why? You can't be serious. These experiments need resources. And I wouldn't be able to provide all of them materials in a reasonable time frame all by myself. It's quid pro quo. And it's not like my research isn't helping all kindred in a long run. I don't feel comfortable with being a part of this at all. I always thought we were busy with science, not politics. These are the words of a child, Agathon. Science has always relied on politics, and politics on science. Not like this, High Regent. Don't embarrass me, Agathon. Not like this. The moving scribblings disappear again. I hastily let another drop of blood fall on the page. What appears this time is yet another familiar face. Ah, yes, Agathon. What is it you wanted to tell me? Fuck you. I beg your pardon? The harpy vanishes. Yeah, right, as if I could ever gather the courage to say that to your face. But the least I can do is try and stab you in the back. The diary ends here. I spill a little more vitae on the page, but it no longer works. I suppose that's it. Still no idea what happened to Agathon. Is he alive or is he dead? Maybe Dakota's right. I've been a half glass empty or a glass half empty buzzkill too often. I will brace for the worst but hope for the best. The way he left his diary for someone to carry on his work. The hints he strategically left inside of it. He's got this all planned out, no doubt about it. I chose to believe I will see him again one night. Maybe I'll even compliment that jacket he has. Glass half full. Fun. In any case, I think it's time to pay a visit to the art hole. I know Arturo tends to leave the Elysium quite often to take in some fresh air and message people on his BlackBerry, so I just wait until I see him. The tactic works. He's surprised to see me. Miss Sowinski, shouldn't you be busy with your investigation? I am, actually, which is why I've come to see you. That's peculiar, because I'm absolutely sure that I have nothing to do with this case. Aren't you barking up the wrong tree? That's what I'm here to find out. I assumed you want to see I'm thorough. Yes, I suppose it's commendable. What is it then? I have reason to believe that in the last few months, you, the High Regent Aisling Sturbridge, and her child Agathon were involved in a secretive scheme. His expression changes ever so imperceptibly, but the difference is palpable to me. For the first time ever, he looks at me as a person. Up until now, I was just an amusing diversion. Now I'm something more, and he doesn't like it. What gave you this idea? I'm not at liberty to say. If you really want to know, ask the sheriff. Of course, Kadir doesn't know anything, but he's the only one in the court that Arturo has repeatedly failed to influence. He'll think twice before approaching him. I fail to see how this matter relates to the task at hand. I have every reason to think Baron Callahan was involved and that he might have had grounds to fear for his life because of said scheme. He's tense now. Do I have the upper hand? Miss Sawinski, please answer the question. The delicate matter you are speaking of has absolutely nothing to do with Baron Callahan's grim fate. It's strictly a confidential affair. It would be wise of you to stop pursuing it. It would be wise of you to fuck off. I can't be an investigator if I'm not allowed to properly investigate. This matter is unrelated to your work and should be treated as such. I'm 100% convinced Prince Panhard would agree. You insist on pursuing it further, we can take it up to the prince and see if her stance differs from mine. But I think you aren't as naive as to waste her time this way, and besides, she'd certainly want you to present the basis for your discovery to the court. Could you handle it? I have no response. God damn it. This is his revenge for invoking Kadir, isn't it? I thought so. Is the High Regent inside? She is, but don't worry. I'll make sure to tell her not to waste your precious time, Miss Sawinski. So that's how you're going to play it, you bastard. Well, I guess you win this round. Strategic retreat is my only choice here. I don't have a full deck of cards yet, but just you wait. In a few nights, I'll take my leave then. Yes, do that. And if I may be so blunt, focus on the investigation avenues that aren't utterly imbecilic and suicidal to pursue, miss. I bid you adieu. I curse him out under my breath as he disappears inside the art hole. Guess this avenue really is cut off for me, at least for now. Alright. 3 names left on the list. I still have some leads to go by, but for now, it's getting late. I should go to St. Patrick's and file my latest report. When I reach the cathedral, Father Leonard is already there. He's not exactly the most punctual person, so I always feel relieved to see him from afar. Time to move in and move out before I'm noticed by Benoit. Will this be all? I guess so. I rattled off most of it in a hurry on the way here. I'll come up with a more exhaustive report tomorrow night. Busy? Looks that way, Father. Our wayward girl has finally been recognized by her superiors. Here we go again. Of course he had to sneak up on me. Even if you heard about that, if even you heard about that, I guess that means every single kindred in the 5 boroughs knows. I know you're an expert when it comes to knowing who's saying what and where, but the last time we met, you promised to share that knowledge with me. Yeah, I was kind of lying. That's the 9th commandment broken, Father. Shouldn't you scold her? Don't involve me in your silly games, Benoit. The way you fall for obvious lies stems from your biggest failing in communication. And that is, you only pay attention to the what being said and not the how. That's... Booyah, motherfucker, suck it. Annihilate with an absolutely flawless diagnosis. Child, don't make me regret siding with you. I'm sorry, Father. Won't happen again, especially if you promise to keep verbally destroying that clown. You're in a strange mood tonight, child. Go get some sleep. Yes, we'll continue this tomorrow. I'm not showing up here tomorrow. Yes, you are. Stop breaking the 9th commandment. See you around, Julia. He says my name in a sickly sweet way that gives me the creeps. I bow to Father Leonard, do my best to ignore Benoit, and head for Dakota's place. Finally, my haven. Hey. Another tough night? You don't know the half of it. You want a drink? She points to her neck. I manage to summon a faint smile. I'd love to, but you know we can't do this too often. Maybe tomorrow. You want to talk then? Yeah, I guess so. Just not about work, okay? Sit down next to her. Not about work. Got it. What's on your mind then? The past, I guess. Meaning how spotty our memories are and how, despite that, that's what we build our convictions on. Sorry it's so banal. I'm just tired and frustrated. Let's talk about something more specific then. What do you remember about the time we first met? The time we first met? Yeah. Shit, not a lot actually. Those were gloomy, anxious days. I think I subconsciously replaced most of them with blank spaces. I remember you trying to paint your hair black. Ouch, don't dig up my trauma now, okay? I remember when we first talked, we talked about Haosu. Don't say Haosu, it's low-key racist, I think. Nobody ever knows what you mean by house. Ah, that show with the asshole doctor? No, the Japanese haunted house horror film that feels like it was written by a 7-year-old with AD&D. In the best way. Duh. You were arguing at which character from the movie both of us are. You were Kung Fu and I end up as Prof, which was rude. You were dressed like a total nerd, not my fault. What was the deal with that suit? I liked that suit. Yeah, it was okay. I remember helping you out with graphic design whenever you needed it. Funny, I remember you needing help with writing as something that tended to happen far more often. Yeah, we developed a fun, shared aesthetic with similar surface concerns and it bonded us together even before we made sure we were fully compatible deep down as human beings. Hell, I'm still not sure we are, especially now with me not being a human being anymore. But hey, at least we both agree this bedroom feels super comfy. I remember always feeling left out of your social circles. Always knocking at the door from the outside. Oh, forget it. My social circles were full of out-of-touch, snobby assholes. Yeah, but it felt weird how much they avoided me. And there was that one time with Isabella. All of a sudden, one thing Isabella said at that one party flashes in my mind with startling clarity. After midnight, in that kitchen, without context, she just walks up to me and she will isolate you, she will suck you dry, and she'll move on to the next target. That's the only thing she knows. Don't remind me of Isabella. She always resented me. It's been so long and it's all baseless conjecture now. But what if she really did isolate me on purpose back then? Nah, the glass is half full. The past is Schrodinger's cat and all that. Better to believe in the positive version of events. Come to think of it, friend or foe, if you don't believe they're on your side, they will know it one way or the other, and then it's 100% certain they won't be on your side. Maybe optimism really is the way. Yeah, forget Isabella. Let's just drop this talk. I'm frustrated enough. I need a reset. Sounds like a good idea. Off to sleep? Yeah, gotta get ready to go back to hell tomorrow. Alright, I'll get back to work. You're working remotely again? Yeah, my office is going insane for so many reasons, and I'm getting cabin fever too. Get some sun, it'll be good for you. Look who's talking. Good night, sunshine. Good night. Alright, where are we at? We'll rest and do a little bit of stuff, I guess. A few minutes after I wake up, I see a message slipped under the apartment's front door. Kadir? Yep, looks like he's got a short window to meet me in Queens a few hours from now. Well, it's point. A single suggestion. Get ready for action. Fine then, I will. Best way to do it would be to clear my mind. Just walk without thinking. Reset the framework. Some fresh air should do it. Maybe a chance meeting with someone could get me out of this mental rut. Let me look at my world from a different angle for a while and improve my mood. Although when it comes to improving one's mood, nothing beats some crimson red pouring down my throat. Not to mention these cigarettes taste best with a full stomach. Let's go. Alright, we can... That hide and seek is for dummies. Alright, so... we want to get involved with her, or him. I'll deal with that. And again, I find myself at the entrance to my sanctuary. Current vibe, not exactly an embodiment of Joe DeVere, but unburdened by my usual self-loathing. All in all, a pretty decent frame of mind. Beware Big Beat Burger. Something wicked this way cometh. And poof. Just like that, my mood is ruined. All it took was a single step through the door. Some swivel-eyed loon took my seat. Her legs are crossed over the table. Dirty shoes stained my chipboard altar. Oh, come on. Her clothing style is obviously meant to look eccentric and patchwork, but comes off as tragically derelict. There's nothing coincidental in her table choice, and it's not just because there's plenty of free spots tonight. She ogles me with those beady little eyes, daring me to come and try her. I give the guy at the till, Benny I think his name was, a quick glance, no response. Unsurprising, he's a veteran. He knows better than to get involved. Is this supposed to be a message? Long shot, but a reminder of the Camarilla's watchful eye, maybe? Everything about this lady, her hairstyle, her mannerisms, lipstick smeared nowhere near her actual lip, screams lunatic. I'm not the type that fights tooth and nail to get the other bats out of her cave. I'm not just going to back down for no good reason either. I quietly take a seat right in front of her and wait. Yeah, you crazy hair weirdo hag, I can be patient too. We spend the next 5 minutes in silence. She just sits there and glares at me without blinking once. Another few minutes go by, dragging on indefinitely. She's chewing some red bubblegum with a wide-eyed grin that makes Jack Nicholson's trademark smirk look like Mr. Rogers' beaming smile. Not gonna lie, that munching Chew is getting on my nerves. I'm perfectly aware all this theatricality serves only one purpose, to get under my skin, make me act against my better judgment. It's surprisingly effective, I'll give her that. But I'm not an idiot. I will take the chill pill, try my best to remain in control. She uncrosses her legs in a strangely seductive motion. In her mind's eye, it probably looked like Sharon Stone in Basic Instinct. But in reality, it had all the grace of a tracksuit Slav squatting. Seems we're going to be here a while longer. I pull out a cigarette from my crumpled package and light it casually, as if I wasn't bothered at all by the invader. Before I can take a single puff, the nutjob snatches the cigarette out of my mouth. Don't mind if I do. Who do you... She cuts me off mid-sentence. Shh, no talking. You need to get back to your happy place. I try to hold the impetus to rip her face off. She picks up after a few seconds. I don't like you. I don't hate you either. Not yet, at least. Sheesh, I'm a good judge of character, but yours is still eluding me. Yours still eludes me. Get to the fucking point. She flicks the ash off the cigarette in a fluid motion and takes a long puff, no exhaling. Smoke comes out of her mouth while she speaks, like her intestines caught on fire. My special friend asked me to note your every step and judge your every move and count your every failure. And believe me, when I started this job, I thought there would be a lot less counting. Who is she talking about? Panhard? Kadir? Torque? She tilts her head in an upsettingly canine manner. Little girl, I ran all sorts of charts and graphs on you. They all point to the same result. Useless hussy. Can you help your sister out and illuminate me as to what all the fuss is about? Don't want to help? Come on, if you're a good doggy, you might get a biscuit. As if all that bullshit wasn't enough, she taps my nose like I'm some fucking puppy. Oh no, you didn't. You want to get nuts? Okay, let's get nuts. Yeah, we'll try it. Get the fuck out of here. I try to bore into her mind like I did with many others before, but my body suddenly twists and stiffens, forcing my limbs into a bizarre state that's not unlike rigor mortis. She seems elated by my state, sending a meaningful smirk my way, the kind of wry expression that says, "You fucked up big time." Bark, bark, little puppy. The last-ditch attempt to subdue her, I peer into her eyes, but all I can see is that smile and her sable eyes. The stars of black. Huh? What? What the? There's dirt under my nails. Are those leaves? Why are there leaves in my hair? Now what's that awful taste? Huh. Adding to my bewilderment, the thing that drops from my jaw is a grimy femur. Falls straight into a hole on the ground, one that I must have dug by myself, judging by the state of my hands. Covered in mud from top to bottom, my clothes are crumpled and torn in a few places. How much time did I spend on all fours? Fuck. I rarely expect to keep a good thing going, but it really looked like I was in for a decent evening. No dice. All I can do now is clean myself up best I can and make up for lost time. Shit, I feel spiritually tainted. If any cafe was open at this time of night, I'd go there to recover. Let's just move on. It's time to get back to work. I step inside the subway and head for my meeting with Kadir. Oh, for fuck's sakes, I thought you were kidding. Alright, well, I think this is a decent place to stop. I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time with more Shadows of New York.